Hi Nikita, thanks for giving us some of your time ahead of the FA Cup final.
No
For
problem.
those people that don't know, what's your history like with the FA Cup?
Uh, a very good history, I would like to think. Won two, lost one. Um, yeah, and at Wembley, I've won every game I've played there, so let's hope that continues.
And obviously most recently during the summer for England.
Yeah.
So you're going in with a lot of confidence, a lot of positivity. Have you shared any of that experience with your teammates who perhaps haven't had experience of playing at Wembley in the cup final?
Yeah, I will do. I mean, right now, the FA Cup final is a game that we know is coming up, but it's actually not the game next. So we're thinking about the league. Obviously, we're still in contention to win the league, and so we have to concentrate on them games. But for sure, we'll speak about the occasion of the FA Cup, the first time the club's got there. So it's many people's first times at Wembley, a big stadium, historic stadium in English football, and sometimes an occasion like that can overwhelm some people. But the most important thing as a team is we stay in the moment.
And you talked about obviously the fact that we are still in contention. We are in contention for two trophies, hopefully
Yes.
at this point of the season. How difficult is it for players to compartmentalise and to focus on the competition that they're in at that moment?
I think for for players that think about the FA Cup final when there's 5 games to go, then that can be very difficult. But for players that think game to game, then you don't even think about it until it's that game coming up. I think as I've said, we're in contention for 2 trophies. The league being the games that we've got coming up next, so that's the full concentration of Tottenham at home on Sunday. Knowing that there's a FA Cup also on the horizon, we'll have a good lead up to that, a week's building, so that's when we can concentrate on that game.
And is your preparation different for a final? Having been there, having done it before, do you do anything differently on the day or even in the week leading up to it?
No, preparation's always been the same. I think your excitement levels are obviously different in the FA Cup final. A historic competition in English women's football, a chance to play at Wembley. Of course, the build-up's going to be a little bit different, but you can't allow yourself to get too far ahead of yourself, because ultimately it is just a game and it is just a pitch, and that's how you've got to think. Because ultimately, if you allow, there's been times that I've allowed an occasion like that to pass me by, and that's what I don't want to happen.
And do you have a favourite moment of this season's cup run so far? Obviously hoping that the best one's still to come here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very much hoping the best one's yet to come, but I think winning a semi-final, getting yourself to Wembley, that's a special moment. As a team, we've worked so hard this season to, put right what we did wrong last year. We've tried to push ourselves mentally, emotionally, and physically to be at the, you know, towards the end of the season, be in all the competitions, and be still fighting for, you know, trophies. And we've done that. So now it's about making sure that we now take our time, think about the processes that it's going to take. That's got us here, but also that's going to take us a little bit further.
You talked a little bit about in the semi-final. I know what it was like for a fan, but what was it like for the team, for you yourself, when that final whistle went? Because it wasn't certain until the very, very end.
Exactly, and we made that game very difficult for ourselves. Obviously, Brighton played. We knew how Brighton was going to play. A one-off game. They're always going to come out and attack us, counter-attacking football, be very defensive. Probably played like a six-back in the end. But yeah, when Rachel scored that goal, I think everyone deflated, because literally it was right up until the end that we won the game. We got it secure.
And the season has obviously been quite historic in its own way. Again,
Yes.
hopefully there's more to come. What would you say has been the most defining moment of the season so far?
I'd say the defining moment for me was Reading away, Rachel's goal. That moment, plus Millie's goal against Aston Villa. To be fair, but I think when we talk about a season and moments that really lifted the team, moments that we all sat back and thought we would never have won that in the past, was definitely Reading away. And we needed that moment to come, because we'd been pretty much plain sailing Up until that point, we'd won games comfortably, we'd scored many goals, played well. But that was a game where we did play well actually, but the goals just never came. And it took the whole team effort, players to come off the bench onto the pitch to make the difference. And that's what is team sports about. That's what football's about. It's not just about one player. It's a team sport. And I think as a team this season, we've been stronger than ever.
And we've still got history to write this season.
Oh,
correct?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
Well, good luck for the rest of the season. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much.